Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Backstage with Brent. I'm Brent, and I'm going to be taking you around all parts of the Spotlight Theater, showing you areas that you wouldn't typically see, as well as tell some fun stories about shows in the past. Come on in. Today, we're going to be taking a look at our tech booth. Our tech booth is where we run all of our lights and sound. Oh, hey Brent. You mind flipping the lights on?
Oh, yeah.
Great, thanks. Up until a few years ago, lighting design was something that I knew nothing about. But then I fell in love with it and how versatile it is and how essential it is to every single production that you see. So this here is what we use to run our lights off of. It's a pretty simple program, just on the laptop here. And as you'll see, all it takes is recording some light cues and telling the lights what you want them to do, and then simply hitting the space bar, and that will then make the lights do what you want them to do. Now, if only my kids came with a space bar. So this is our soundboard. This is what we use to run everybody's microphones off of, to run all the music off of during shows. One of the craziest stories I have from our tech booth was when we opened Hunchback of Notre Dame, which was the very first large musical that we did. It was opening night, and it was about 45 minutes before the show was to begin. And our sound technician who was running the sound came in and plugged in our iPad that we used to run the music off of. When he went to plug in the iPad, he said he saw a spark shoot from the plug to the iPad headphone jack. It completely fried the headphone jack for our iPad that had the tracks on it for the show. Again, this is 45 minutes before our opening night of our first big musical, and all of a sudden, we have no music. We thankfully had somebody in the building that had an iPad. We tracked them down. We downloaded the app that they send you with the show to play the tracks off of. We quickly downloaded the app. I had to remember our login frantically. Got that logged in and started the downloading of the tracks. But thankfully, everything downloaded fine. We plugged it in. Our sound technician said, "I'm not touching it for the rest of this run," bless his heart. So that is a fun little tidbit that not everybody knew. Probably some people in the cast didn't even know that, because I'm not telling them that happened until after the show. But that's the beauty of live theater, is it not? Well, that's been it for this edition of Backstage with Brent. We'll see you next time. Oh, that's bright. Makeup. Need some powder.